Hey guys, it's me again. Just another shortish rant today, and basically, basically just a continuation of my previous video. As you all know, 11/11, has passed by. It was like the last big high watch date of 2023, as far as I know. I haven't been watching the Watchmen channels for a month and a half or so now, so I don't know if they have any other theories for the rest of 2023. But as far as I know, 11/11 is the last big date of this year. And as I mentioned in my last video, I think that's a good thing. A good thing that it's the last quote-unquote high watch date. Not a good thing that the rapture hasn't happened yet. Okay, just want to make that clear. The thing of it is, throughout the year, we've had all these high watch dates, like one after the other. Easter, Passover, some other dates along the way. July 26th was a big one for a variety of reasons. And, when each of these dates pass by and the rapture still has not happened, we're a little bit bummed. Yes, we're disappointed, but we always had these fallback dates. Okay, so it didn't happen in Passover. Let's see what happens in July. Okay, that didn't happen in July. Let's see what happens in the fall, in October. It's a big deal, or September 23rd or something like that. There's all these dates, and I think the latest one is November 11th, and that hasn't happened. Now, for a lot of us, for the first time, we're finally experiencing some sort of despair as far as the rapture. Is it ever going to happen? All these days have passed. What are we going to do now? What's the next high watch date? What about 2023? If it doesn't happen this year, then it's the 2030 agenda. How's that going to work out? The Great Tribulation is supposed to happen in 2030. What about the perfect count of Jesus being crucified on AD 30, and exactly 2,000 years later would be 2030, the perfect year for the second coming? But if the rapture doesn't happen in 2023, that sort of throws everything off and it won't line up perfectly. What are we going to do now? Fig tree generation. Isn't it supposed to be 80 years, whatever? Or, there's just all these theories that just are basically we're done with. And for the first time, we might be experiencing that despair. Where do we go from here? But here's the thing, guys. All these theories were man-made. They were creative. They were fun. They were great for conversation. And, they did give us hope and encouraged us all these months. Maybe for the past couple of years, there's been theory after theory. And, but each of those theories, even though like when one of them fails, there's always something that follows that we can sort of hang on to. But right now, it doesn't seem like there's anything else that we can hang on to. And I think that's a good thing, because I think the Lord wants us exactly where He wants us to be. And that is a state of despair and hopefully complete and total reliance on Him, rather than these Watchmen guys. Okay? Now, as I've mentioned in my previous video, I don't like it when people say our faith is not on dates. Our faith is in Jesus. I think that's one of the most cop-out statements I've ever heard. And I'm still not against dates. Don't get me wrong. But I am against these Watchmen guys who refuse to point us directly to Jesus to get our revelation. They're always pointing to themselves. They're always the guy. They're always the channel who, for some reason, God has chosen to give all His revelation to. They act like they're special people and revelation will only come from them. That is garbage, guys. I mean, they don't say it in so many words, but the fact that they don't direct any of us to go directly to the source is all we need to know. We need to go directly to the source. I know I sound like a broken record. I've been saying that over and over again. But we need to go to the Lord for revelation. And now we have nothing. Like as far as, any high watch dates are concerned. It's like, what do we do now? And this is exactly where we need to be. For the first time ever, we are experiencing real despair. Because now that 11/11 has come and gone, there's no other fallback dates. It's like, okay, it's basically over. Now when Jesus said, when he returns, is he going to find faith on earth? I believe that Jesus was referring to the faith of those of us who are supposedly watching for his return. How much faith do we have now? How much faith do we have now that all these high watch dates are gone? They're over with. This is what I'm trying to say, guys. Do not be discouraged. Do not be discouraged. We're exactly where the Lord wants us to be. We need to get rid of our golden calves. I've been saying that for the past month. And, nothing personal against these watchmen guys, but as I've been saying, they just need to repent. They don't need to act like special prophets. They don't need to give us, rapture resurrection reports. What the heck does that mean? This guy acts like he has a direct line to the Lord and God's giving him inside information. And he's like our conduit with a rapture resurrection report. Direct from Jesus. These guys need to stop putting themselves on pedestals. Like I said, it's okay for them to keep encouraging us. I believe that their real purpose was to put all of us in watch mode. I said that on my last video. But in case you didn't watch it, that's what these Watchmen channels' true purpose is, I believe. I mean, this is the Lord's intended purpose for them. They may have other ideas, but I believe their true purpose was to put all of us on watch mode. And the other purpose is to put us in despair mode, because now it's really desperate. We have nothing to cling on to. We have no high watch dates in sight. I'm sure, well, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't already have another theory, because that's all they do, theory after theory. And the thing is, they talk about these theories as though, it was from the Lord. I mean, they won't say, thus saith the Lord, but they might as well. They always have some sort of asterisk. I'm not saying, thus saith the Lord, but this looks pretty darn good. It's got to be, it has to be from the Lord, But anyway, guys, embrace the despair. I've said that before, and I'm saying it again. When I said embrace the despair before, we might have been in some sort of despair then, but I think this is the first time that we're really beginning to despair, because all these high watch dates have passed, and what do we do now? Nothing's lining up the way it's supposed to. Everything's thrown off. All these perfect timelines, they've been derailed. Good. Now we can go directly to the source, which is exactly what the Lord wants us to do. We need to go to him. We need to stop judging the Lord that he's this mean guy who does not want to give us the day or the hour. See, that thought is all based on the twisting of that verse, nobody knows the day or the hour, which, as I've been saying for the past forever, has nothing to do with rapture. But Satan has done a splendid job of brainwashing us all our lives for many, many generations. And he's using the local churches and the pastors to perpetuate that lie. See, that lie, I believe, is like this mountain that we need to cast into the sea. If only we had faith the size of a mustard seed. Will the Lord find faith on earth when he returns? We need to put our faith in the fact that Jesus does want us to know the day and the hour. Revelation chapter 3 verse 3 strongly suggests that we can know, we can, C-A-N, know the day and the hour. There's no biblical support that will never ever know the day and the hour. It's quite the opposite. The reason the Lord wants us to watch is so that we will know. How far ahead will we know? I don't know. But I think it's going to be pretty soon. I mean, it could be just a week warning, a month. I don't know. But I believe that it's going to be not too long before the actual rapture. And I believe the Lord's going to give us the day and the hour, not so much to warn us, but basically to just get us all excited. And I believe it'll be a confirmation, and we'll have no doubt. We don't need to BS around it if it's truly from the Lord. We're not going to put asterisks on it, any conditions. We'll know if it's from the Lord, and we just need to diligently seek Him. We need to be vigilant. We need to trust the Lord that He is willing to give us that revelation. And it's going to take some undoing, because we've been brainwashed all our lives that we'll never know the day and the hour. We need to get rid of that. I believe it is soon. Look at the birth pangs. That's all Jesus told us to look for. Not these Shemitah cycles, not these feasts, not these Jubilee years, not necessarily, these constellations. I'm not saying that they're all useless. But the problem with these things is, especially when we have a deeper understanding of them, is we tend to rely on our own intelligence, our own creativity, our own intellect. Thankfully, I'm not much smarter than a rock, and I can't do any of that figuring out for myself, so I'm just going to rely on the Lord. But I believe that we all need to rely on the Lord when it comes to revelation. So that's all my messages for today. Keep on looking up, guys. Do not be discouraged. He's coming for us. He's going to call us up to meet us in the air so we can be with Him forever, and that's going to be soon. How soon? I don't know. Keep asking. Let's all ask as a body. Go directly to the source. We need to be like that persistent widow and keep on knocking and keep on asking for that revelation. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully there won't be a next time.